You have a meeting tomorrow with one of your team members, and you already know it's going to be a difficult conversation. Hi, I'm Janet Harvey, CEO of inviteCHANGE, and I work with leaders and managers of people all over the world with this dilemma on a regular basis. And I want to share with you today 3 simple ideas to give you confidence and have a bit of a breakthrough to know that these are the best conversations to be having. So the first tip and the place to start is with yourself and to be able to see beyond the situation. Whatever has happened with this employee, it's important to remember you hired them a long time ago and they were the right person for the job, which means they as a whole person are resourceful and capable, and they've demonstrated being very creative. So that means they are so much more than the situation. And the opportunity for you is to see beyond the situation and help you and that employee remember all of who they are and see what invitation you can make for them to bring more of that resource and capability to bear on this situation. This helps it stop being personal and puts you both into the solution mindset. Now, the second point here is to move beyond assumption. You've already run the tapes, I'm sure, that all of a sudden you're thinking to yourself, I heard this conversation, I observed this behavior, I was told by somebody, and you're interpreting all of this data and you have a set of assumptions about what happened in this situation. And you might already be drawing conclusions that, boy, this person is just wrong for the job. If you can catch yourself and pause for a moment and ask, what's the question I want to offer this employee in this conversation that will help me as their leader really understand what they were thinking? There's always 2 sides to a story. It's important to be sure you're getting a full picture before you take action on an assumption simply because you're in a little bit of pain or suffering about whatever has happened in this situation. And that takes us to point 3, which is to move beyond the drama. Anytime we find ourselves having a difficult conversation, our emotions are elevated. And guess what? The minute you told that employee, I need you to come to my office at 3 tomorrow, so is theirs. So you're both walking in the door, already wringing each other's hands, invisibly operating underneath the nice conversation that you open with. Hi, how are you? Sit down at the table. If you move beyond drama, it's about being respectful and clear and direct and get to the point. Okay, employee, we're having this conversation today because the situation that came up last week really has created a breakdown. It's had an impact, and I realize I haven't had a chance to talk with you about what did you experience and what was occurring for you with the team that caused this result, so we can see what we might do differently next time. Clear, simple, direct, and inviting a co-creation together. No drama necessary here. Be 2 thinkers together who care about the shared purpose of this team and of the organization. So you see with these 3 points, difficult conversations don't need to be difficult. They can actually be a lot of fun and restore your own faith in the whole resourceful, capable, creative self that this employee you brought onto your team absolutely still possesses. And we're talking here about psychological safety and your role in creating that in the workplace. We have another video for you on just that subject, so you can create a welcoming space for people to take the risk interpersonally, to learn fast, and be part of creating something, which often means breakdowns. All we need to do is have a conversation that is simple, clear, and direct.